Hey there! If this is your first time listening to the podcast, please be aware you're going to be listening to three queer trans people in their late 20s talking about a variety of different topics. Some of them may be a bit more mature than usual, but listener discretion is advised, and if you're under the age of 18, stop fucking listening. I'm not even joking about this right now. Get the fuck out! But for those of you remaining, enjoy the show.
Where the fuck is my list?
Your list?
My Ghibli list. I wanted to bring that up as early as possible.
Yeah, I have my
there it
Ghibli
is.
list.
Here we go.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
have my,
right. Oh, yeah, right. It's a good idea to bring that up because it's a very, very Fish-Maotically queer episode. So, welcome to the Chaotically Queer podcast.
What the fuck?
What? We're already here?
It's go time. It's go time.
How
Okay.
long were you recording for?
I started recording after after Jazzy said the thing.
Okay.
Gotcha. Wink.
Yes.
So yeah, it's another year of Chaotically Queer. I've rhymed and I didn't even realize it. Fuck, I lost the rhyme.
Welcome everyone to the Fish-Maotically Queer podcast. Yes, I got it.
Got it in one go. Let's go.
The podcast where three queer voice actors talk about the things that interest us, and sometimes hubris happens, but not today.
Not today, hubris.
Mm-hmm.
And as is tradition for Fish-Maotically Queer episodes, your girl is sweating today because the closer into December it gets, the more fucking overheated a bitch will get on recording. For example, it's only 8 o'clock right now, but it is like 27 degrees Celsius, but it feels like 29 degrees Celsius, which is closer to like...
Let me clarify, 8 a.m.
Yes.
Mm.
8 a.m. and it is about 85 Fahrenheit currently.
Compare that to 5 p.m. for me, and my fingers are just freezing off indoors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it is going to get to a top of, are you ready for this one? 105 Fahrenheit today.
Well, good luck.
Yep. This is why I keep on saying to people, hydrate or fucking dihydrate in this weather, because holy shit.
Well, guess I'll die.
But
we got fog yesterday all of a sudden, and my city looked like Silent Hill.
You know, normally
have you considered you perhaps just entered Silent Hill?
No, because I didn't see weird creatures beyond my recognition.
Good. Glad we got that out of the way.
Like, yeah. Also, speaking of creatures, a fish is a creature.
Yes, a fish is a creature.
A fish.
And Ponyo is a fish. And Ponyo is
Ponyo
also...
a fish? I guess Ponyo...
But also humming.
Uh-huh.
Also Ponyo is movie that we watched. I did that so smooth.
That was so smooth, Jazzy. You did such a good job there, girl.
The transmission is a bit shaky, but we got there.
Love it.
Anyway, yeah, we watched Ponyo for today's Studio Ghibli film, and Missy, I'm gonna kind of just let you go for this because I know you really liked this one.
I was gonna ask if I could kick this off.
The floor is yours.
Go for it.
So as you both know, and as everyone on the podcast knows, hi listeners, wink wonk. Ponyo is the most recent Ghibli film that I had watched before this. And I seem to remember that it was just this cute little film. Cute little film, didn't have a lot to say. It was an okay time. I knew it wasn't going to be objectionable. I knew I wasn't going to I knew we weren't going to come on for recording and just be like, "Oh, this movie," you know?
I mean, I was, but
Fair.
in a good way,
Fam,
like
this movie
in a good way.
wrecked me.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was clearly too young to get what everything this movie had to say.
Good stuff.
That's about right, yeah.
Like, so I've cried at Ghibli films before during this watch through. And usually it's like, oh, once at the end or once during the climactic part. I cried 3 times at this film.
Dang.
Yep.
It's perfect. Spoilers, it took my number 1 spot. It
That's
dethroned Kiki's Delivery Service. It dethroned Spirited Away for me.
I think that's insane, but I also understand.
I'm talking about my list.
I know.
But like
I'm
just
saying
the fact that this movie resonated with me
that's
so fucking hard.
it is currently in my top 5 as far as the Ghibli films of this marathon, sitting at a respectable number 5 below Kiki, Whisper, Mononoke, and Spirited Away.
Yeah.
I also really love this film. Obviously not to the same extent that you do, Missy, but I really loved it, and I've always been kind of ride or die for Ponyo, quite frankly.
Listen, I'm an emotional bitch.
I know. Like there was a period of time where I heard like, so I've been on the internet for a long fucking time. We all have a bit too long, if we're being honest. So
Yep.
Probably, yeah.
I remember there was a time where in terms of Miyazaki's filmography, this was considered the bad one.
It's just
Really?
insane to me.
Yeah, no,
And I
there was,
don't
like,
throw around insane that
like,
much.
no, I remember, like, there were a lot of people I talked to in college specifically who were like, "Oh yeah, I love Miyazaki's films, but Ponyo was kind of bad." And I never understood what the hell they were talking about, quite frankly. It's so good. I always thought it was a beautiful little film. Like it's not, I don't think it's a like, okay, if you're looking for something a little deeper, a little more to chew on, I don't Ponyo's a little simpler, I guess, for lack of a better word, but
Ponyo is very simple. It's
uh,
also not. It's also not a spectacle like Spirited Away or Princess Mononoke.
right. But if as far as like Miyazaki's done like simple vibe films before. The fucking mascot of Studio Ghibli is from a simple vibe film.
Yeah, it's a romp.
Yeah. So, and I'll be honest, I kind of liked this more than Totoro, but
Same, actually. I thought it was going to be a case where I would mention that and I would get crucified for that. But no, I think this is a better film than Totoro.
what it's just so appealing, and there's a lot in this. Like, yes, it's not a particularly deep film. It's a very what you see is what you get kind of movie, but it's
But also,
also
like, what films do you see depictions of unconditional love in?
right. That's the
Yeah.
thing. What it lacks in depth, I guess, because I still think there's plenty of depth to be had that I think gets a little ignored. But what I think it lacks in depth compared to something like Spirited Away, I'll say, compared to Spirited Away or Mononoke, I think it makes up for in just charm, likability, and sweetness. I liked seeing this little fish child experience things we might see as mundane in our regular modern day world, but because she's seeing it for the first time, they are genuinely exciting to her, and the film does a good job at making it feel exciting. Like, on its own, ham is not an exciting concept. It's
Yeah.
ham. But when you see how much this tiny fish child, like, like, what, like, just goes nuts over it, you too kind of feel the giddiness of it. You too feel the spectacularness of ham.
Yeah. I think that's it really works to this film's credit that its POV characters are children.
Mm.
I think that's where your simplicity comes in. Like, it's still uh, pretty, like, not mature in, like, the fuck shit ass explosions kinda way, but mature in the way that I forget his name, the boy POV character.
Sosuke.
Okay.
Sosuke, yes. Uh, his dad is on military deployment.
Mm.
And, like, so it's him and his mom, and, like, what does that dynamic look like?
Hmm.
So, like, there is a maturity in that of Sosuke, like, stepping up when, like, you wouldn't you wouldn't necessarily put that on a child. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So I think that that's where the depth of the movie comes in. It's like children see things in simpler terms, but the world still isn't simple.
Right.
And I think that's it's I think it's a gorgeous movie, and I think it's got so much to say. Uh, and I cried 3 times.
And I can hear that you're trying to not cry a fourth time on the podcast right now, I think.
Nah, y'all ain't gonna hear me cry on the podcast yet.
So you're saying that there's a chance we might be able to get that to happen.
I mean, there's always a chance.
But is that the main thing you wanted to bring up in regards to that, Missy?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, then I guess my quick summation of it is that I was one of those people who fell into the camp that I felt this is Miyazaki's weakest film for a hot minute, but I want to take into account the fact that the last time I saw this movie before we watched it together as a group, it was back about a decade ago. So I was going off an opinion that was formed 10 years ago at minimum. And then when I came back and rewatched it with y'all, I was just like, I don't know what the hell I was tripping about back then. This is fucking awesome, actually.
Especially for us, a lot can change in 10 years.
Oh, yeah, very much so. Like, I definitely feel as though it went from like, oh yeah, this is the weakest Miyazaki film to better than Totoro, and it's in my top 5 pretty much immediately with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I actually last year, thanks to Ghibli, so I don't know if this happens in Australia, Chloe, but in the US, G Kids, who is the main distributor of Ghibli films in the States now after Disney, in a very smart boy move, decided not to do Ghibli films anymore.
Hmm.
So G
It
Kids
is
now,
nuts, am I right?
yeah. So G Kids now dub. God damn it, Missy. So G Kids not only currently dubs a lot of the films, but they also distribute like the films that already have dubs now. In terms of Ghibli, they've been doing something for the last few years called Ghibli Fest, where they'll select a bunch of films for a few months. Uh, uh, but so yeah, they'll pick like a random batch of films to basically show every month. And I about a year or so ago, I had the opportunity to watch Ponyo on the big screen. Let me tell you, this is a film that if you have the opportunity to see it in a theater, fucking do it.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
can imagine.
like this is one of the
Damn.
most vibrant looking Ghibli films. This is probably my favorite looking Ghibli film, honestly. Like, there are films I like better narratively, but on a visual level, this and one that's coming up later are a couple of my favorites visually. And let me just say, on the big screen with like that like level of sound, it's transcendent. It's almost ethereal, honestly.
Good to know.
Wow.
And yeah, we do have something like that. It was actually originally through distributor Madman Entertainment where that used to happen for a while, and then it stopped for a while. But a recent company has started doing that up again. But alongside Ghibli, they've also done it for the likes of Mamoru Hosoda as well. Like free movies from Mamoru Hosoda's catalog are actually getting the theatrical treatment next month, I believe, here. So we definitely do get that. But I also definitely agree with the summation that Ponyo is very much one of the most beautiful looking Ghibli films, because from like frame one, I was just like, oh, it's so fucking pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah.
I think the English dub was really good too.
Yeah, like the only downside
Like, this was a very strong dub.
The only downside I think I can think of the dub is the way that they tried to make a techno remix of like the ending theme song, but thankfully in the version that we watched it was cut off right before it went there.
Yeah, this was around the time Disney was incorporating like a lot of their own poppy music to it. This is gonna be the case with the US dub of the next film, which we are not watching because I have the UK dub for us.
Oh yeah, right. Next one's Ariete, isn't it?
Yes. But like they also added a stupid pop song for the lead actress in that dub to sing for the credits that was completely dissonant from the rest of the movie. I'm kind of happy Disney doesn't handle these things anymore.
Yeah, honestly, like we're gonna get to a point where this is gonna stop being Disney, you can suck on these nuts.
But yeah, I thought the dub, in terms of like purely on a scripting and voice acting level, the dub was quite strong. Probably one of the strongest ones they've had. The celebrity talent didn't feel that distracting, honestly.
Tina Fey as the mum was actually perfect casting. I'll go to bat on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Tina Fey, Liam Neeson, Kate Blanchett.
Yes, Kate Blanchett.
Lily Tomlin, Betty White.
Yeah,
Cloris
Betty
Leachman,
fucking White.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Parker and Stone have negatively influenced my humor. That I can only that's all I can do when Matt Damon's in
Same.
anything.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're not alone on that, Jazzy. Literally every time I see the words Matt Damon, I just go like, Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. He's good in this. He's good in this movie, but it's funny because his character's not in much of it. So it's funny they got someone who is as high profile as Matt Damon to play him. Like he's and spoiler alert, there's another dub later down the line that got random celebrities for like parts that didn't need them.
Cool.
From Up on Poppy Hill was especially bad about that. Holy shit, we'll get to that one, but yeah, no. God, but yeah, no. This was a
giant woman.
Giant woman.
Any final thoughts before we cement it on the podcast ranking?
Giant woman.
Very nice film. It's a visual marvel. It's one of those Ghibli films that's similar to Whisper of the Heart, kind of has become a comfort film to me. If I just need something to watch that I just need some good cozy vibes to, this is usually a film I'll put on along with Whisper of the Heart. So,
oh yeah,
I can definitely see that, honestly.
Like I said, it's currently number 5 in my rankings, sitting nicely. Better than Only Yesterday. Not as good as Kiki for me. Like, it's amazing how Kiki has gotten progressively better for me, like, with each rewatch.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think this one is
join us, Jazzy.
I think this one is another sign that like my rewatching of all Ghibli has kind of made me rethink my opinions a lot on a lot of films that I really didn't care for when I was younger, and now I can appreciate them more and actually feel things when I am watching them. I have very much changed my opinion on a lot of these films, and Ponyo is another one in that area.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Ponyo is top of the list for me.
okay. So, I guess if we're going for podcast ranking, it goes from bottom to top. Earthsea, Grave of the Fireflies, Pom Poker, Nazca, Ocean Waves, Only Yesterday, Porco Rosso, Yamada's, Castle in the Sky, Cat Returns, How, Totoro, Ponyo, Kiki, Mononoke, Whisper of the Heart, and Spirited Away.
I want you to know that I think it's a disgrace that Grave of the Fireflies is lower than fucking Pompoko.
I'll be honest, I think Grave of the Fireflies from this point onward should be on its own shelf.
It is
I
on
think
its own
it should
ranking.
be excused from the rankings completely.
I mean, to be fair, it's always been on its own ranking in the visual ranking. It's literally had its own little ranking, because it stands alone as, like, an anomaly in the Ghibli catalog because of its content. And I will always state that even when we first ranked Grave of the Fireflies, my opinion was always that the ranking where it's placed on the podcast is very much one of those where it's just like, we understand where it is. It does not reflect our actual opinions of it. It's more that I don't think any of us three would actually go to rewatch it as much as, like, everything else on the list because of how fucking heavy it hits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But anyway, this would be the part I'd talk about films I watched, like, between the last podcast and this one. But Chloe, you and I want to talk about our favorites of the year, and I think that, I only saw 2 new films between the last podcast and this one, and both of them are on at least one of our lists. So,
yeah, I know that I've actually seen 2 films. I've actually seen 2 films since the last podcast as well. Well, actually, I've seen a few movies since that last podcast. If I'm going by this one, because yeah, I said I was about to go see Predator Badlands before at the end of our last podcast. So I've seen 4 movies since our last podcast. Now that I'm looking at my list, and
but yeah,
3 of them have entered my top 10.
So do we want to take this time to talk about our top 10? What I was thinking we could do is, like, we'll go with each number and each say where we put on our number, and assuming that maybe the film one of us talks about is on another place on our list, then we could also talk further when we get to there.
Yes.
If that makes any sense.
Yes. But because I have around about 15 on my list here, I want to just go through numbers 15 to 11 real quick, just in quick fire fashion, just to state, like...
Only if I can go through my bottom 5 afterwards, just quickly.
Absolutely. So I'm just going to quickly surmise my 15 to 11. Number 15, Karate Kid Legends. I kind of fell off a little bit with Cobra Kai, but this gave me an excuse to go back and rewatch the last season of it. This movie was fine. The visuals were great. Mickey 17 at number 14. I'm glad Robert Pattinson is doing a lot more, like, surrealist stuff. It has really weird morals, and I really think that it needs to figure out what the fuck it was doing more there. Number 13, Ballerina. I feel like John Wick, the franchise should have just ended up John Wick 4. We don't need, like, a John Wick extended universe. This movie, however, was pretty good, actually, at recreating the magic of the first 2 films. Predator Badlands at number 12. I think Predator is back. I feel like it's not as good as Prey, to be honest, but it's still very good in its own right. 11, Shelby Oaks. I've stated my thoughts on it on the last podcast. Chris Stuckman, I feel like, could have stuck the landing a little bit more, but it very much was something that I was still very hyped to go see.
Mm-hmm. You know what? If we're going through, like, the rest of our list, I'll also rapid fire everything prior to the top 10. How about this?
Yes.
So I saw 23 films this year. There is still 3 films specific. There are still some films I want to watch. Specifically, the 3 I really want to go see that I haven't put in that could easily be in the top 10 are Wake Up Dead Man, Frankenstein, and Jay Kelly. But, like, other than those 3, I think I saw a good range of films of differing qualities. All right, here we go. Number 23 at the bottom, the Lilo and Stitch remake. Fucking disgraceful, disgusting, never cook again. 22, Snow White.
He's nuts.
22, Snow White. Gal Gadot can't act, holy shit. Rachel Zegler is phoning it in. Nothing about this works.
He's nuts.
21, War of the Worlds. very bad, but also funny. If you want my pick for best unintentional comedy of this year, this is it. Ice Cube can't act, but he's funny. Number 20, Captain America: Brave New World. Imagine making a political thriller with no clear politics, like being
These
understood
nuts.
here. Yep. I feel so bad for Anthony Mackie, especially since now, based on that teaser for Avengers Doomsday, they just gave up on him being Cap. That sucks.
Christ.
Yeah, they just gave up. Chris Evans is back. Endings don't matter. This franchise is dying.
Yikes.
Actually, no, that's too nice. This franchise is on life support. Number 19, a Minecraft movie. I liked the part where Jack Black and Jason Momoa 69'd in midair. Other than that, this was dull.
Fucking hell.
Number 18, Fantastic Four: First Steps. I know a lot of people liked this movie. I didn't. This movie is annoying and it's oddly conservative in areas, though I'm apparently not allowed to say that because people liked this movie.
Yeah.
Anyway. Number 17, Megan 2.0. Way to take a promising horror film franchise and turn it into pro-AI slop. Fuck Jason Blum. Number 16, Mickey 17.
Oh my god.
This one's fine. I liked it. It's not the strongest I've seen from Bong Joon-ho, if I'm being honest. I've always felt his English language films are noticeably not as good as his Korean films, but it's fine. Robert Pattinson's a gremlin, and I can enjoy it on those merits alone. It's good. Number 15, The Day the Earth Blew Up. I'm happy this movie came out. It's kind of just okay, but I still enjoyed it. The end of the world montage sequence was so fun. Worth the price of admission alone. Also, I laughed a lot. Number 14, Final Destination: Bloodlines. The one Final Destination movie I really liked. They finally did it after 6 movies. It was a very creative take on the franchise. I liked the twists they had. The family dynamic was added a lot to it, and an absolutely heart-wrenching final performance from the late Tony Todd. Loved it. Ending kind of sucks shit, though. Sorry. Number 13, The Bad Guys 2. Get rid of the farting piranha. I'm no longer asking. It was fun. It was stylish. I enjoyed the characters, both old and new, except the aforementioned piranha. I had a fun time. Number 12, Thunderbolts. Guys, they did it. The MCU produced something that I actually think I want to go back and watch again. It is so good, I am fully expecting them to never make another film like it.
Oof.
And number 11, missing out on the top 10, just barely, Wicked for Good. I'm gonna hot take and say that this film, that Wicked's second act is actually quite good, minus some structural issues, but I enjoyed it. I cried during the For Good song sequence, and also the No Good Deed song sequence made me audibly say holy shit in the middle of the theater. So there you go. Anyway, let's go over our top 10. So for our number 10, Chloe, do you want to go first?
Yeah, I will just interject and say that I forgot to put The Day the Earth Blew Up on there because technically I thought it was a 2024 film, but it did get released in 2025 and I did watch it in 2025. So let's just say it's 10.5 on my list.
Okay, then.
Now, my actual number 10, you're gonna want to buckle up for this one. It's gonna be a bit of an interesting one for the list. My number 10 is Thunderbolts.
So I agree, it's a great film. It just kind of missed out on the top 10 for me, personally.
Yeah, I will resonate from your thoughts on that one. This is the best Marvel movie in a very, very long time. Like, I haven't, enjoyed watching a Marvel film like this since, No Way Home. And that was 4 years ago. So the fact that it has been 4 years since I've actively seeked out a Marvel film and I've actively enjoyed it, that just made me go all like, oh shit, okay, maybe they do have the ability to make good movies again. And, with the cast of characters in there, and also the themes of, mental illness, depression, PTSD, and survivor's guilt in there being displayed in a fucking Marvel film in 2025, You wouldn't
Mhm.
expect that to hit as hard, but when I was watching this on the airplane ride back home from the US a few months back, this kind of fucked me up a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah, I was genuinely surprised. Yeah, it's a good film. Number 10 for me is going to be one film that missed out from your top 10, Chloe, Predator Badlands.
Ooh, interesting.
So, this isn't my favorite film on this list, and minor spoiler, it's not even my favorite Predator film on this list, because 2
Hmm.
came out this year. But Badlands is still a fun time. The focus on the titular Predator actually really worked well for this one. I thought Elle Fanning was an absolute joyous injection of charm and fun into the whole thing. I kind of got Berserk vibes from it, oddly enough, which is a high compliment you can get from me.
Hmm.
Only thing I really didn't care for is it did kind of drag in a few areas, and I didn't mind the PG-13 per se, but it wasn't necessary.
Yeah, yeah, I do get that, honestly, and that's very fair with the PG rating, honestly.
Mm-hmm. All right, but what's your number 9, Chloe?
My number 9 is Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning.
Still need to see it.
Okay, I will keep my thoughts very spoiler free with this one. As a standalone movie, I think it is arguably the one of the best of like this last run. If it is in fact going to be the last run for the Mission Impossible franchise, which apparently they're teasing it as the actual end point of the franchise, which good, more franchises need an actual honest to god fucking end point at one reason or another. As a
Mhm.
continuation of Dead Reckoning, this it's good. I think Dead Reckoning is definitely a lot better as a standalone film and a lot better in terms of like a duology. But Final Reckoning definitely does have its moments, and I definitely will say that um I put in my letterbox review that Tom Cruise looks like Mark Wahlberg a lot in this film, and it's very distracting. Brackets positive.
Mhm. All right. Number 9 for me is one I watched just last night. This is an Australian animated film called Lesbian Space Princess, and all you need to know about it is that title.
Oh,
This is a very fun film. It was very like it it's not only extremely gay, but it is very proud to be. It felt very there was a lot that felt very inclusive that I liked, but also beyond that, it's just a funny fucking movie with some great character arcs. I do think it kind of had a bit of a messy third act, honestly, and there's one character whose arc felt a little unresolved by the end that I was disappointed by, but it's still a great time. I got a lot of laughs. The designs for the straight white malians fucking destroyed me. Like, I already thought they were funny just because Auntie Donna was voicing them, but the designs were the thing that fucked me up the most about this.
mm. Oh yeah, yeah. Fucking Auntie Donna being in this. I'm gonna go on more about it when I eventually bring it up on my list. But Auntie Donna need to be in more things. That's just all I will
Yeah,
say.
they were so funny. And also, oh my god, a movie with a funny pronoun joke. I am blown the fuck away.
Yup.
It feels like that's a rarity nowadays.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Chloe, what about the number 8? It's symmetrical.
It is weapons.
Ooh. I'll have more to say on that one because that pops up later for me, but
Yeah. Then I will just give my summation right here. I feel like this is a very good film. I was very much like on the fence of it initially based upon like what I was hearing about beforehand, but then you were just like, don't watch any trailers, don't listen to any hype about it, just go into the film blind. And that was probably the best advice that I probably could have gone into with this, and it has slowly become one of my favorites of the year, to be honest. Like, out of all the films
mhm.
that I've watched like in the last few months, this is the one I've actually come back to a lot more than I thought I would have. And I very much am looking forward to what the director does next with this one here. And I love the little bits and bobs that they actually did for tributes to his creative partner in The Wise Kids You Know. Name is escaping me right now, but editor Chloe put in the name of the person that is that the tributes were to, and yeah, I very much love that, to be honest, when they do that
Mhm.
sort of thing, especially given the fact that like it fucking sucks when that sort of thing ends up happening, and it's just like I'm just glad that they're finding that sort of success. And also, it really helps that this film was both really hilarious, but also at the same time, it was also very fucking terrifying at points.
Mhm. Number 8 for me is going to be The Naked Gun.
Have not seen
I
this
thought
one.
I'll I'll not spoil it. This is probably the funniest movie I've seen this year. The humor's all great. Liam Neeson does a great job at playing this in all the ridiculous situations and wordplay completely straight. Pam Anderson was surprisingly very funny. I had a good time with it. And the tributes it had to the original trilogy, which fun fact, I haven't even seen, but I was able to recognize, were quite good. If you saw the trailer, that O.J. Simpson joke made me lose it.
Mmm.
But what is lucky number 7 for you, Chloe?
Wake up, dead man.
I still need to see it.
Okay. This is in quick contention with the original Knives Out for my favorite of the trilogy so far. And everything from the casting to the characters to the general themes of religion in the modern world and it being used as a tool for evil when utilized by pieces of shit human beings really resonate well with me. And in general, I feel like a lot of Christo-fascist assholes need to look in the mirror after watching a film like this and realize, are we the baddies?
Number 7 for me is going to be the second Predator film to come out this year. Well, the first, since Badlands came out recently and this came out earlier this year. Predator Killer of Killers.
Oh,
This This was a straight to streaming release. It's an animated anthology film, and oh god, I loved it. Predator actually works extremely well in animation. The three different stories were all great. The characters were interesting. The violence was insane, and I loved it. My only issue is the ending felt rather abrupt, but other than that, I had a great time with this one. I am so glad that between this and Badlands, and after Prey a couple years ago, the franchise is fucking back.
hell fucking yeah, let's go. We need more goddamn animated anthology films. We need more films like The Animatrix again, if I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, absolutely. But number 6, Chloe, what have you got?
This was my number 5 until like what is number 5 on my list recently took that spot. Superman by James Gunn.
Oh, same. That's also in my number 6 spot.
Okay, do we want to just like talk about both at the same time then, seeing as we fucking matched up then?
Yeah, I'll say this. This is probably my favorite film that has the character ever. I think the performances are great. The message of hope it has is amazing, and it made me cry a few times. So, I really liked it.
The ethos of this movie is that being optimistic, hopeful, and just in general a positive force is punk rock. And in a world that would rather you be a nihilistic asshole and just dunk on everyone around you simply just to fit in with everyone around you, that is an ethos I can fucking get behind. This isn't just my favorite film in terms of like Superman in general, or at least in live action, but it might be up there with some of my best iterations of the character in media, period. James Gunn fucking knocked it out of the fucking park with Superman, and I hope that this current iteration sticks around longer than the Henry Cavill era did.
Please. Yeah, we both funny that landed on the same spot for us. But what's your number 5, Chloe?
If
Well-
I may jump in
Yes.
briefly, not that I have not seen Superman yet, but I know a thing or two about being punk rock, and caring about people has always been punk rock.
Hell
yes.
fucking yeah.
Carry on.
Okay, number 5, tipping out Superman from my top 5 at the last minute, was Lesbian Space Princess.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, this is actually on my list for a hot minute of movies to watch, but it only just came out on digital, like, here in Australia, like, a few weeks ago. So it was literally because of me that, like, we both were able to put this on our list at the last minute. And holy shit, it's a lot better than Jazzy made it out to be. Like, Auntie Donna is in here, sure, but it's got a majorly queer Australian cast behind it. Like, there's a trans woman as one of the mums of the main character.
Oh yeah, I did read about that. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's also a drag queen as like one of the people that she faces off against, or is like one of the plot characters in there. And fucking hell, it's got like a really good casting behind it, honest. Like Richard Roxbury is the ship in this movie, and that's amazing to be honest.
I'd probably appreciate this more if I was more in tune with Australian actors.
Yeah, this is why, like, this is higher up for me, because this is not just, like, a win for Australian culture. This is, well, it's not just a win for queer culture, it's a win for Australian culture, to be honest, because holy fucking shit, this movie is great. And it's like, I have not had this much fun with an animated film, save for one other film on the list that's going to be in the top 4, but we'll get there when we get there. And but I will say this, if you want a 90-minute movie that is just pure queer cinema from front to back and doesn't take itself too seriously, fucking check this movie out. You won't regret it.
Number 5 for me, perhaps controversially lower than most people would put this movie, is One Battle After Another.
Ooh.
I have made my grievances with the film's first 15 minutes known, and that I have not changed my mind on this. I don't see what people see in Tiana Taylor's performance. I thought she was bad. But other than that, I really liked it. I was more in it for dad failure Leo and everything going on with him and his daughter. That was great. Please get rid of Sean Penn next time. He does not need to be in movies. Just stop.
Yeah,
please.
Fair.
But yeah, I still really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say it's my number 1 favorite film in the world, or even in the top 3, but I do see what other people see, and I even love it in many ways. My issues are just too strong for me to rank it any higher, personally.
Yeah, that's fair.
And what's your number 4, Chloe? We're getting close.
My number 4 is Wicked for Good.
Oh, dang, you put this one high.
Listen, I am a staunch defender of the second act of Wicked, and I am a fucking theater kid who adores the entire musical of Wicked, and the first Wicked absolutely just blew me the fuck away to the point where I immediately knew I had to go see this in cinemas when I missed out on seeing Wicked in cinemas last year. So, as soon as I had a chance to do it, even if I had to go solo in order to do this, I had to go see this in cinemas because I was not going to wait for it to come out on digital, and I'm so fucking glad I did it. The new songs that they added in there, because they added in 2 new songs for Irvo and Grande in this film compared to the stage musicals, they actually expanded and changed a lot of things in this version of Wicked that arguably, I feel like make it the storyline definitive version of Wicked in my eyes, because it makes some very good necessary changes to some of the characters and arguably makes them so much better than the stage play versions, to be honest. And yeah, much like Jazzy, I fucking was crying in the cinema multiple times. Obviously for good. The outro got me fucking, like, the last, 5 minutes of the film got me both crying and clapping, which I don't usually do at films because I'm usually not that cheesy little bitch about films, but this one did it for me. And as soon as that did it for me, I knew it was at least going in my top 5.
Good stuff. All right, number 4 for me. This might be a controversial pick because it technically came out in its native country last year, but it wasn't available to me in the States until this year. And I often go ahead and make exceptions to the rule just because if I couldn't see it the year it came out and it's like in its home country, I will count it as a film for this year because I just want it to count in some regards. So anyway, number 4 is The Colors Within, the new film from Naoko Yamada.
Yeah, I see why you would put this up here. It's so good.
You know how good a year of films we have to have? That the movie that came out from the director of my favorite film of all time came in, was a perfect 10 out of 10, and there's still 3 films I like more than it?
Oh, yeah.
It's a very charming time. The animation's great. The characters are fun. The songs are all bangers. It's hard to go into why this film works so well uh without really going into spoilers. So I just say go see it for yourself. The main trio's totally a polycule, just saying.
I definitely need to. I technically wouldn't have put this on my list because of the 2024 release originally, but I feel like I definitely do need to watch this.
Mm. All right, we're up to the bronze trophy. So, Chloe, what are you giving that trophy to?
The bronze trophy from my list goes to Sinners.
Good stuff.
Yeah, this one was for the majority of the year up until like the other two films that took out second and first came out and I finally watched them. This was my number one for a hot minute. This is actually my first perfect 5 on the list. And I want to make it clear, all 3 of my films in the top 5, or at least in the top 3, I should say, are all 5 out of 5s for me. Like, I would go back and rewatch these constantly throughout the year just to see if my opinions changed. And, my opinions have changed on these a lot because this used to be number 2, and then I rewatched what is my number 2 in the last month or so, and this very much changed my opinion on it a lot. But I feel like Sinners is probably still a really damn good movie. If you love yourself some vampires, if you love yourself some Celtics, and if you do love yourself some rural history, you will fucking love this film. It is so fucking good.
Mm-hmm. So, for the top 3 for me, this is tough. I have swapped these 3 films around a lot throughout the last few months. In fact, for a while, I said this film I'm about to say was my favorite of the year. But after a rewatch, I realized there were aspects of the other 2 films that I liked more, while still really admiring this one. So please understand that me downgrading it to number 3 is not an insult to the film or means I like it less now. It's just perception changes, and these 3 films were hard to sort. And hell, even after this podcast, I might end up changing it again. Who knows? But for now, number 3 is Weapons.
Ooh, you placed this way higher than I did.
I think this is a very well-made horror film. It's funny, it's well structured, the performances are all great. If I had a tiny issue with it that made me like hesitate keeping it at number 1, it's that I felt that the cop and the homeless guy and the addicts plot lines felt a little undercooked compared to the main 2. But even the teacher you kind of follow the perspective of at one point, the principal, I mean. But I still felt that this was a very solid horror film. It's very funny. The last 10 minutes alone make this thing worth seeing. Please go watch it. It's so good.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Chloe, what's getting silver and missing out on the gold prize?
It's one battle after another.
Oh,
I really fucking love this movie. For a hot minute, for a bit of context, for the hottest period of time, Paul Thomas Anderson, I had not watched a lot of his films until I led up to watching One Battle After Another. And then once I watched One Battle After Another, my favorite film from Paul Thomas Anderson, Punch Drunk Love, was immediately dethroned by this film immediately as soon as I watched it. I just immediately left the cinema going, I think I have a new favorite Paul Thomas Anderson film, and this is it. And from minute 1 all the way through to the end, I was glued to my fucking seat. Fail husband Leo DiCaprio is amazing. I actually really fucking love Tiana Taylor's performance. I even like the little uncomfortable moments that you were a little bit icked by in that first 15 minutes there, Jazzy. I actually felt it was really great storytelling on that part, and honestly, it's just like kind of a very modern telling of just like that sort of shit happening given the backdrop of modern society now. So I feel like I feel like this is going to turn into a very timeless film in the future, to be honest.
All right. So you know how I said the top 3 were the ones I debated the most in terms of where I placed them?
Yep.
The top 2 is the hardest. Weapons was a pretty easy decision to put at number 3, but these last 2 films were extremely difficult to rank and decide my favorite.
Ooh.
And I just want to say, no hard feelings toward the film I put at number 2. It's still a 10 out of 10 masterpiece, but one of these vibed with me more than the other. And Chloe, you're going to realize we had the same number 1 because my number 2 is Sinners.
Oh!
Sinners was sitting at number 1 for a while, and I still
Oh.
love it. I love it so much. It's funny, it's heartwarming, it's scary, it covers so many emotions, and I love it dearly. I love it so much. You need to watch this film already if you haven't. But Chloe, do we just want to say our number 1 at the same time, and
Do we
Missy could
all
join in on our
do we
Yeah,
all want to say what the number
Huh,
one
what?
was? Okay,
Yeah,
on
because
3. 1, 2, 3. K-pop
K-pop
Demon
Demon
Hunters.
I tried not justifying not putting this as my number 1. In fact, you could argue that this film, really looking critically, might not be as good as some of the ones I ranked below it. But I don't fucking care.
It's a
Fuck it,
fucking
it's
great
vibes.
film.
Right? This film has stayed with me for as long as I've seen it. I went to the sing-along re-release. One of them. I didn't get to the other, unfortunately. I've had this film on my playing in my earphone, this film soundtrack playing in my earphones nonstop. This is such a great, I have watched it so many times with friends, my girlfriend. And it still hasn't left. The songs haven't gotten old. The school that I work at, the teachers are tired of hearing them. I am thrilled my class loves these songs.
Meanwhile,
Hey kids, you want a queer-coded movie?
Right. The characters are great. Mira is the greatest character in all of fiction. I will fight you.
yeah, this K-pop Demon Hunters is that bitch the movie. Cause the minute I fucking watched this when it came out on Netflix, I was just like, oh god, okay, I'm gonna be obsessed about this movie for the rest of the year, aren't I? And it just didn't fucking leave. It got to the point where it was getting to the end of the year, and we all realized as a group, oh shit, Missy still hasn't seen this film. I am going to fucking
Congratulations, we have also reached the Missy finally watched a thing for this podcast.
Oh my god, we finally got there. But
Because
yeah,
these two bitches dragged me into a Discord call and showed me this movie.
to be fair, it was originally just something that I was just going to be showing you solo, and then when I told Jazzy about it, she was just like, can I join in on that shit? And then I think Jordy
Yes.
joined us as well for
Yes.
that?
Yeah. It was all we were all watching that. This movie has just become my obsession. My girlfriend, the aforementioned Jordy, got me a fucking t-shirt as a birthday gift of K-pop Demon Hunters.
That's sick.
It's so good that as soon as I realized that it was number 1 for us both, I got so excited that I immediately started sweating up because it's getting pretty hot in the booth right now, but I don't give a fuck. This movie is so fucking good. I don't know what to tell you. I understand if you're tired of the K-pop Demon Hunters hype train by this point, because it has been never ending since it came out this year, but I implore you, if you have this idea that the movie fucking sucks for whatever reason because of how overhyped it is, I implore you to actually rewatch it or watch it for the first time if you haven't watched it yet and make a decision for yourself. I assure you, it is so fucking worth the hype.
Also, you want to know what scene played back in my head that made me realize how much I actually really love this film and how it would never feel right to me, no matter how much you could argue against it, if I didn't put it at number 1? What it fucking sounds like.
Yes.
I was gonna guess that. It was either that or Couch.
Yeah. But yeah, no. The What It Sounds Like sequence still stands out as one of the most mind-blowing things I've seen in animation in a while, and I am so happy I got to see it in a theater.
Yeah, What It Sounds Like is genuinely one of the best. Is literally I'm gonna give some shade to Shea Frillis here real quick. What the fuck were you thinking putting this at the bottom of your ranking? This song is the fucking best song in the film. Fuck you mean?
Cis men were a mistake.
But do you want to give your thoughts on it real quick there, Missy?
God, you fucking queer-coded theme is shit. If you've ever been closeted and or had unreasonable expectations placed on you from a young age, I have had both. This movie hits so freaking hard. I was also a K-pop fan about I want to say like over 10 years ago.
Same.
I got into K-pop through Girls' Generation, and it's sort of like ebbed and flowed, but I was familiar with the K-pop fan base culture before this movie, and it's fantastic. It portrays the characters as like actual humans and not just like, oh, we're perfect in every single way. No, they point this out directly that it is unreasonable, and it's so fucking good. I'll be honest. This Is What It Sounds Like has been very high for me as one of my favorite songs. I don't think it's my absolute favorite anymore. I think Free took that place.
That's fair. Free's a banger.
Ooh, that is an interesting take, but hell yeah, let's go.
Free is like, and just this movie excels in context. Like, it straight up says how good it is at context with the reprise of Takedown.
Oh yeah, no,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
still good.
Like, okay, this song was not made. This song was ostensibly like in the plot of the movie made for a certain purpose. No, this is what the song in a meta sense was made for. And just I think you need to watch it, and then you need to watch it again to understand all the tiny little dominoes that were set up so the big ones could fall at the end.
Absolutely.
My Little Pony Rainbow Rocks out of 10.
Yeah. It's funny because we, like, my roommate and I realized that there's always a piece of media, there's always a piece of Sapphic coded media focusing on a music group going on some kind of adventure. For the 2020s, it's this. For the 2010s, it's Rainbow Rocks. And for the 2000s, it was Final Fantasy X too.
Oh, we'd love to see it just continuously cycle through. But yeah, that was movies for the 2025. And as it turns out, we actually kind of had a lot more overlap than we thought we would.
Yeah, no, like I said, I wasn't in hell. Like, you when I finished watching Lesbian Space Princess, it wasn't in my top 10 initially until I laid down for a bit and thought about it. So
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, God, another year of podcasts down. Wild, honestly. What the hell have you two got for your New Year's plans at this point?
my girlfriend's moving in with me, so
Ayo!
Let's fucking go!
yeah, so there's a lot going on there, and a lot that I'm excited, I'm anxious, but you know, it's just because it's a big life event. I didn't think I'd get this far in, so
No,
It
I
is-
get that.
It is a massive
I get that.
step.
I'm so fucking happy for both of you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
this is going to be a big test for your relationship in the best way possible. I wish nothing but the best for you two living together.
Yeah, so there's that. More voice acting, of course. Definitely want to get more
Yar.
videos out. I feel like ever since I had to dedicate more time to a more stable job, I've kind of haven't had much time for it. So we'll see if anything changes, honestly.
Honestly, I feel you on that last bit. Life has been kind of fucking hectic since I came back from the US. And it's kind of slowed down a lot of my production on a lot of stuff. I'm gonna try and get a year-end list of my, a year-end award and talking about my anime that I watched this year thing going on before the end of the year. And it's probably the most invigorated and the most fun I have had making a video like that in a hot minute, and I can't wait for that one to come out, especially for the takes I make on certain anime that came out this year. Missy, you know some of the ones that might be on there because we've been talking about them.
I know a few.
Yeah, but it's gonna be fun because this is the first year I've actually like watched like a season, like I've watched an anime per season in like years. So this is gonna be good, and I'm really excited to get my thoughts out.
I am currently, as of time of recording, on my second week of streaming break for the holidays. I plan to get back to streaming and starting Kingdom Hearts 2 on the week of New Year's.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, finally plan to get a VTuber lore debut put together in the new year. Finally get that done. See where that takes me. I don't know. Currently watching Kamen Rider Zets.
Yes.
Which we're as the time of recording only like 14 15 episodes into the season, so probably by I'll have more to say about it next podcast that we do. Aside from that, voice acting where I get it, you know.
Yeah, same, honestly.
Just sort of existing, being the best person you can be, honestly, you know.
Yeah, I know we haven't really talked about voice acting a lot.
Fucking care about people. It's the most punk rock you can be.
Yeah, I know we haven't really talked about like voice acting a lot on this podcast where free trans voice actors talk about stuff, but this year has kind of been weird for the voice acting community, to be honest. It feels like
we had a strike this year.
Yeah,
we had another strike this year.
We had Mr. President, a second strike has
hit the voice acting community.
Has hit the voice acting community.
It feels like that is a continuous thread, and it also really sucks because it's like every year since we started doing this podcast regularly, it feels like the voice acting industry has just kind of gone on a steep decline, and it's like, damn.
Everything has just been it's I tell you what, it's been a hard time being an artist in the world of any kind.
Yeah.
It is not restricted to only us, and it's also not something that you specifically need to be a voice actor in order to understand and stand with us with.
Yeah.
Stand with us on.
Very much so, yeah.
If I can make any prediction, it's that the AI bubble pops, and
God hoping
we at least have a chance to go through the rubble and start building something new next year.
I don't just want the AI bubble to burst. I want the entire AI industry to crash.
I want bad things to happen to powerful people.
Same.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean,
hopefully we might be able to talk about some more. Yep.
Aside from streaming, I'm probably I'm the one of the three of us who doesn't really have any sort of like major groove. I'm just kind of existing.
Existing.
That's
is
about
kind of
it.
the best you could do sometimes, to be honest.
Yeah. We do our best.
Yeah.
Do your best.
Yeah. But I am genuinely hoping that maybe in 2026, we might be able to have some more positive things to talk about in the voice acting industry that isn't just like saying, oh, hey, one of us got like a few roles here and there. I hope it's just like, hey, the industry is kind of back, actually. One can hope.
Yeah.
Listen, it's already like starting to, like, we're moving away from like we're seeing the streaming platforms start to become the not viable model that they have been. Support fucking indie artists, y'all.
Support indies.
That's where all the cool shit's gonna come.
For real, honestly.
With that benediction, where can everyone find y'all?
Well, you can catch me here on this channel that the podcast is on. Again, you might be able to see a video before the end of the year pops up, or maybe you'll see one around about early January. If you want to hear my thoughts on other stuff, you can find me on BlueSky at chloesunflora.bsky.social, and you can also check me out on my website at chloeolikvo.com. I've always said .au, but no, it's just .com.
Jazzy.
You can find me at ladyjazzytid.bsky.social on BlueSky. You can find me at JazzyOliverVO on both YouTube and Tumblr, which I'm using a bit more often now.
Ooh.
And of course, yeah, you can also find me voice acting and random stuff.
What about you, Missy?
What's in this project? Jazzy Oliver. You can find me currently on BlueSky at Missy Rowe Voice at .busky.social. You will be able to find me in 2 weeks over on Twitch at twitch.tv/OzCyphara, OZCYPHARA. That is the VTuber place that I do all my art and animation and play through Kingdom Hearts. And you can also find me here on this podcast alongside my co-hosts Jazzy
God
and
damn
Chloe.
it, no, don't you fucking dare. We're really ending off the year on this bit.
I've been Missy. These have been my co-hosts.
No, I'm pointing the gun at you right now, Missy. I'm pointing the gun at you right now. So these have been my lovely friends and my lovely co-hosts, Jazzy Oliver and Melissa Rowland. I have been Chloe Olick, your host here on the podcast. Thank you again for another lovely year of the podcast, for those of you who have been regulars and those of you who listen in on occasion. And for those of you that unsubscribe when you see this pop up on your feeds, go fuck yourself.
Bye!
See you in 2026,
This show has been brought to you by viewers like you. So thank you all. See you all in the next year.
Bye!
Bye.